breezy in the park.
Today we're visiting the beautiful Huntington Library, Art Museum, and Botanical Gardens. This is one of the most important cultural landmarks in California. It was started as a private estate for Henry Huntington. This eventually became a world-famous center of art, literature, and botanical preservation. Henry Huntington made his fortune helping expand rail transportation across Southern California in the early 1900s. But unlike many industrialists of his era, he became obsessed with collecting rare books, manuscripts, paintings, and exotic plants from around the world.
Because everything was so heavy. Unfortunately, when it got here, there were no photographs and there were no markings or anything to tell you how to put it back together. So William Hertrick's crew, it took them 3 years, had to put a 42-ton 3D jigsaw puzzle together for this fountain and then make sure it works. But they did, and it works. So it's a beautiful thing, but quite a story on how they got it here. But it had all been sawed up into pieces so they could ship it.
The collection also includes handwritten documents from major historical figures such as George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Those documents we're not able to see because the building that preserves it and holds it is under construction for the next 2 or 3 years. But what makes this place so unique is that it preserves multiple forms of history all at once. Human history through books and art, and natural history through plants and landscapes collected from across the globe. Amazing. And of course, a place like this wouldn't be without its fair share of family drama, and the biggest family scandal involved Henry Huntington and Arabella Huntington. Arabella was originally married to Henry's uncle, Collis P. Huntington, who was one of the Big Four railroad tycoons who helped build the Central Pacific Railroad. After Collis died in 1900, Arabella later married Henry in 1913. This was at a time that created huge gossip in elite society because Arabella was older than Henry. She had already been his aunt by marriage, and rumors swirled years before that they were actually in a relationship. A lot of people assume Henry alone created the art collections, but Arabella was actually a major force behind it. She was an elite art collector with expansive tastes and helped shape many of the European art acquisitions that made the museum famous. Some historians argue that she had a stronger artistic eye than Henry himself. And just when I thought the place couldn't get any bigger, I discovered that there's actually Japanese and Chinese gardens.
Cool.
The Japanese garden was originally created in 1912 and became one of the earliest Japanese-style gardens in California. The Chinese garden here, known as Liu Feng Wan, translates to the Garden of Flowing Fragrance. The traditional Chinese gardens were designed to recreate idealized natural landscapes in miniature form. Every rock, bridge, and plant placement was intentional and symbolic. And if you just look at the scenery here, it's absolutely breathtaking.
Find the turtles. Look, I'm zoomed in on them. Right, look at the camera.
So we have all these pavilions. It also, it's all just pretty in its own right, but we also have a lot of programming here. So they'll have music, calligraphy, all kinds of other programs that really make it come alive. But it's also great when it's quiet first thing in the morning.
I don't know where they went.
We're missing Dan.
Oh, 1900. Oh, wow. A lot of those materials, there was a commercial operation in Pasadena that was going out of business, and they had a tea house and souvenirs and things like that. They went out of business. Henry had William Hertrick purchase all this, not all of this, but it got a head start on building the garden. So they got some plant materials, rocks, they got the house there, and some other things.
Before becoming a public institution, the Huntington Estate was essentially a billionaire playground of its era. So that would have been quite the experience to attend those lavish parties before the public was able to attend this estate. You would have been able to see rare books, imported gardens, European paintings, exotic plants, private rail cars, and it's all just to show off the wealth between one another. One of the most famous paintings inside the Huntington Library is going to be the Blue Boy, painted from around 1770 by English artist Thomas Gainsborough. The painting became legendary not only because of its striking blue satin outfit, but because Gainsborough created it as a challenge to the artistic rules of his time. At the time, many artists believed blue should never dominate a painting's color palette. Gainsborough ignored the advice completely and turned blue into the centerpiece. In 1921, Henry Huntington purchased the Blue Boy painting for a record-breaking price, making it international headlines. The sale caused outrage in Britain. Many people believed the painting was a national treasure and shouldn't leave the country. When the painting was shipped to America, thousands of people reportedly lined up in London just to see it one last time before it crossed the Atlantic. Today, more than 250 years after it was painted, the Blue Boy remains one of the most recognizable painting portraits in the world and one of Huntington's greatest treasures.
And tell me do you see a similarity between that one and this one? What do you think is similar?
So the Huntington Library wasn't just built on wealth, it was built on ambition, controversy, and family drama. Behind the peaceful gardens and random manuscripts was a Gilded Age empire built on railroad fortunes, elite society scandals, and one of California's most talked about marriages. Thanks to you guys for watching the video today. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.